Hey Luke, good to see you.
Hi, Brianna. Thanks for being here. Thanks for agreeing.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Great. So why don't you introduce yourself, where you're at in the world, and what you do, who you work for?
Sure. I am in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I work for a tile distributor, Tile by Design. I have been with them for about a year and a half. However, I've been in the tile industry for over 20 years. I've worked at a few different distributors. The first distributor I was at, I was with them for 15 years when I decided I needed a change.
Okay. So pretty extensive history in the tile world. That's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Great. And what is it that you're currently doing?
I am the domestic purchasing manager. So for in our business, we have three purchasing people. One, we have just imports. We do a lot of importing from Italy, some from Spain, some from Portugal. And then we have two domestic people. One, I'm the manager of our team that does the different vendors through domestically.
Okay. All right. Great. What's the weather like over there in Minneapolis right now?
Today is not a good day. There is no snow, so that's good, but it's kind of rainy, overcast. However, next week is close to 80, so we are holding out for that.
All right. Good deal. Good deal. Well, that's good. What do you like most about working for Tile by Design?
It's not necessarily the company that I enjoy working for. They're a great company. Hopefully, this is a company that I'll stay with and retire from. But it's the people. Funny thing is that there's some people that I work with now at Tile by Design that I worked with way back at Rubel Tile.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and a lot of the general contractors probably can say, that they've seen customer service, they've seen showroom people, they've seen salespeople hop from distributor to distributor to distributor. It's because once you start in the tile world, you get knowledge, you get to know your network and your contacts, and soon you have other distributors coming after you because of what you know.
Yeah, yeah, it sounds like it. Well, the history, the proof is in the pudding, as they say. The long history there. So congratulations for that. And I'm glad it sounds like you found a nice spot there with Tile by Design and working with some good people. That's always very important. What are you passionate about in the tile industry right now? What do you see coming? What are you purchasing? What keeps you up at night? What do you get excited about?
Way back when I remember one of my managers said, you have to be passionate for what you do.
Yeah.
If you're in the tile industry, it gets in your blood. You have to be passionate for that. And honestly, I can say tile is in my blood because I've searched and looked for other jobs thinking, maybe I'll find something different. I can't get away from tile. And it's not that I'm working with it, touching it, feeling it, showing it as a showroom consultant, but it's just, the relationships that you form with vendors, with the general contractors. There's contractors that I remember coming in when I first started and they were old, but now their son is taking over the business and even their grandson, and just seeing that and knowing who they are and hearing about them, it warms your heart. It just is like, that just brings good feelings
Yeah.
knowing who they are.
That's really cool to hear. I always say, some tile people are some of the best people in the world. So I'm glad to hear, from your side of things, back behind the counter, that's the same, way you're perceiving us as well. So that's cool.
Yeah.
What are you must, being importing and buying and purchasing and looking at tile all day. What are some of your least favorite trends in the industry right now?
Oh, well, one of the things that I am specifically struggling with in this past couple of months are larger formats, 24 by 48s.
Mm-hmm.
They do not ship well at all.
Mm-hmm.
Lots and lots of damage. And unfortunately, it's concealed damage. You don't know about it until you're at the job site. However, we're up here in the Midwest. A lot of the trends that are down south or on the coast are slow to coming to us. So what sizing may have been popular there is now finally coming to us. So we are seeing more of those larger format sizes, the 24 by 24 even, the 24 by 48, 48 by 48, the larger format sizes. They're nice big jobs to get and to sell, but you know, the logistically of getting them in is a little bit more difficult.
Let's say someone had like 1,000 square foot of that, like a 24 by 24. Would you encourage the installer or the contractor to order a certain percentage extra?
Of course, we always encourage minimum 10%, but sometimes it's up to 20, 25% extra.
Wow.
And not that we don't, I mean, we always replace boxes if they're broken or damaged in shipping. But a lot of times these jobs, you know, have certain deadlines you need to get going. If it's an imported product, you don't have 6 to 8 more weeks to wait to get back onto that job site.
Right.
So we always strongly encourage to order extra.
And it sounds like you kind of know what to encourage. Hey, 10% would be safe here. 20% would be, really what you want to do on this one.
Yep. And it depends on the tile. I mean, some of those custom handmade things, you definitely want to order heavy on, your extra as well too.
Yeah. Yeah. What are some of your favorite tiles that you're seeing nowadays? Your favorite trends?
I love looking at our new tiles coming in. There's so many that it seems like every month or every couple months we have new things coming in, whether it's from overseas or whether it's for anything that is being produced in domestically. They come up with new designs or new colors. I love going out into the showroom and watching and seeing what's new and what's, trend forward. And one thing that I not so much miss, but we don't get to see a lot, is the install product after. We pick it out for the customer, contractor orders it, but very rarely do we get to see the install the finished product. So when we get to see pictures of that, those are just, we share them with everybody, even with the vendor that sold us the product. And we love pictures.
That's cool to hear. So any contractors listening, wink, wink, like bring the photos of the finished product, because that's going to leave an impression on people, Briana's mind and other folks that are in, her position, and they're, selling a lot of jobs every day. So that's a great tip. Thank you, Briana.
Yeah.
Appreciate that one. What are some common myths about your job?
That you can pay a certain price and get a container to our store faster, or that we can pick up the phone to customs and say, please release that container because we need your tile. So no amount of money, nothing we can do. It's a container item. If it gets stuck in customs, if there's it pulled for an exam, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's little we can do. You just need to order ahead of time, plan for these things. If it comes in early, great. Maybe you can start the job early.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's probably one of the most, things that especially contractors are getting more knowledgeable and understand that, but customers have a hard time realizing that.
Is that especially true right now?
Yeah, but it's taking a little bit longer.
Okay.
Production times are getting pushed back because we do a lot of importing from Italy, and Italy had the bad, spot. It was we were delayed 2 weeks. We couldn't ship anything out for 2 weeks.
Well, 2 weeks. That's yeah.
And then of course, they have containers that are backed up. Another thing that because I deal a lot with the handmade tile, is that we have customers coming in that they love the look. They want the specific look, but then they don't understand the imperfections of it and the irregularity of the tiles. So there's a lot of customers that want how a handmade tile looks, but they don't understand that's the beauty of it. And that's why you pay a top dollar price for it, because of how it looks. So we do have, customers like that can be challenging as well.
Yeah. Sounds like it. What about industry-wide challenges that you see, kind of the whole industry facing? Do you see any of those?
As an industry in a whole, a lot of people have a hard time staying up with the trends and keeping your showroom current, because showrooms do have limited spaces. There's always new stuff coming out. There's always as there's always choices you have to make as a distributor.
Mm-hmm.
And in every case, almost, it's the wrong color or the wrong size that you decide to stock. But you don't know that.
Right.
You don't know what's going to sell, or what you should be bringing in for stocking. So that's a hard one, because we could have 4,000 square feet of stock, but it's the wrong size or it's the wrong color, and it's something else that's moving faster that the customer's willing to wait.
Wow. Yeah, that's hard to get ahead of that design curve. Probably super interesting there. I've got a couple more questions for you, and we've got at least one from the audience. Anybody else want to throw it up in the chat box or the Q&A box? We'll address those here towards the end. What's your most memorable experience with the tile weld?
There's so many different ones that you think this. I can't believe this, but pretty much when you've been in the tile business for a while, you've heard and you've seen it all.
Yeah.
One of the things that really sticks out for me was when I did start for tile, I was in customer service, and we had a couple customers that wanted to tile their bathroom the same exact color as their sink and their toilet. And we had a vendor that will match anything. You could send them a carpet sample, a wallpaper sample, and they would match that tile.
Wow.
So the customer ended up sending their sink to the vendor to match it for their tile. And it was a very Pepto-Bismol pink is what they wanted.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one I have never forgotten.
So they basically maybe they came in a time machine from the from the 40s or whatever, when the tile and toilet and the sink was all the same color. That's hilarious.
Yeah, we wrapped that sink up and sent it with, and then the sink came back with their tile once they approved the color.
That's cool. Hey, custom means custom. We've got a great question from Jane in the audience. She says, as a supplier, what do you value the most about a contractor? Do some contractors bring you more value to your business?
Oh, most definitely. Thinking about it, we love the ones that come in and have all of their stuff right in a row, know exactly what they want to order, how many square feet they want, know how much grout, what type of grout, know the lead time, know if they want the metal edging, but we'll definitely help them with that. But it's so much nicer than the ones that come in and they're fumbling around and they don't know what size they're supposed to be ordering, if their customer even saw a sample of it, or what finish it's supposed to be. So we're really thankful for those type of contractors.
Very cool. Yeah, that sounds like the kind you want to work with for sure. So again, there's some things we can be doing as contractors to, developing these relationships. That's great. We've got another question here. How has technology helped with the process of matching colors?
Again, to me, honestly, actually seeing the tile and in the lighting it's going to be is nothing can take that away.
Wow.
We can do the different types of virtual, phone, and you look at this tile and see how it's going to look, or we'll mail you a sample. But even when now, because we didn't have coverings, we're getting a lot of the introductions of new products via a video or via a Zoom meeting, and it's not the same as touching it and seeing it. So then of course we get samples in and we can, discuss it and figure out what we're going to stock or what we're going to, just show in our showroom.
Yeah.
So even though technology is great and it allows us to see what's coming new faster and see what the trends are out there, it's not the same as being in person. The one thing that I do want to say though is another, I guess, a challenge for us is the online buying of tile. A lot of customers don't understand
Oh, yeah.
the value of going to a showroom and having a free designer help you
Yeah.
with your tile versus going to either a big box store or ordering it online.
Wow.
They don't understand the difference. And of course, we explain it to them and stuff, but it's still, I feel like that is going to be one of our big challenges coming up.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. You know, people are trying to, you know, buy all kinds of stuff online, and some things just aren't going to go well. We've got a couple more questions. Has COVID-19, or how has COVID-19 shut down your traditional trade shows affected your ordering and product introduction? I mean, you want to expand on that?
Sure. So yeah, normally we go to coverings, we go over to Shursai in the fall, which it hasn't been canceled yet, but I'm pretty certain it will be canceled in Italy. Surfaces, you know, there's other things. So what a lot of our vendors are doing right now, they're shipping samples to us, and then we decide as a sales team what to bring in, what to show. And because of this right now too, we're not bringing in a lot of new product. We'll of course have the samples out there. We do email blitzes to customers to show them the new products so they get in touch with them and can see them. And ordering product, a lot of our vendors are still up and running within the United States. There was one that has been shut down now for a couple of weeks because they did have someone that tested positive. But other than that, the majority of our vendors are still going strong.
Yeah. Well, that's good to hear. Jane's got a question. She's just across the river there, the border in Wisconsin. Do you deal with the local market only, or do you deal with out of state contractors?
We have tons of out-of-state contractors.
Right.
We're shipping product all over the United States. We have containers going directly to job sites out of state all the time. So just because you're out of state doesn't mean that we can't sell to you. We will. We actually have a sales rep out in Wisconsin as well too.
Okay, great. Well, make sure to introduce yourself to Jane. Where can people find you if they don't connect with you here, Briana?
Well, I'm on LinkedIn. I don't know if it got through or not, but you definitely can reach out through LinkedIn. And of course, Luke, since you are my brother, they can get in touch with you and you can forward the information to me.
Okay, right on, Briana. Yeah, I was hoping to say that, Briana, is my sister, and it just happens that we're both been in the industry. I've got about 5 years on you, so you're your little brother.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, I really appreciate you taking the time to do this interview. It means a lot. You've helped a lot of the contractors and gave us a lot of insightful stuff. So truly appreciate it, Briana.
Yeah, Luke, anytime.
All right. Sounds good. And we've got another great interview in about 20 minutes. We've got 20 minutes for networking again.
Sounds great.